Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1456. Happy Sunday and happy Easter to those who celebrate. It is Sunday. It's kind of a crisp morning here, but it was nice. Ernie went out. He did his poop. He did his pee this morning, and we are ready to go. At least the sun's out. It's cool. It's chilly, but hey, at least the sun's out. It's not raining. It's not gray and ugly. So it's a nice morning. Still waiting for that. Also, hey, by the way, also happy 420 to those who celebrate. I'm hoping we get some warm weather coming in. Although I'd like cold weather, maybe a little bit of rain on Saturday and Sunday next weekend. Is the Madison Card Show 2-bill weekend. We've got the regular Madison Card Show Saturday. This coming Saturday, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. We've got 160 dealer tables. A little bit of change for the Madison Card Show on Saturday. The first floor will feature the State Street Ballroom, which has been utilized in the past, as well as the Badger Stateroom. Now, the Badger Stateroom is the room we held the TCG only in last summer. Those two rooms only. The Williamson Ballroom is being used for another event. So we'll be in the State Street Ballroom and the Badger Stateroom on the first floor. And then, of course, upstairs, no change, mezzanine, and the Capitol Square Ballroom. That's Saturday. That's sports and TCG. Sunday is the Madison Pokemon Show, and it's only TCG. That's a week from today. Next Sunday, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive. And we've got 140 dealer tables for the Sunday Pokemon Show. So, big weekend next weekend, Madison, Wisconsin, Madison Card Show, Madison Pokemon Show, and then should have some news to report Wednesday morning regarding future Madison Card Shows. So some potentially exciting news coming regarding the Madison Card Show this week. What else is going on? Hey, you know what I did yesterday that I've done times in the past, multiple times in the past, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I've had to go suit shopping. Yes, I had to go suit shopping. It's one of my least favorite activities. We've got a couple weddings coming up this summer. Next month, and this is the one I was really buying it for. We've got my wife's cousin's wedding next month, Memorial Day weekend down in Boca Raton, Florida. And then we've got a wedding for a friend that's going to be in I've never been to New York City. So I think it's later this summer, New York City. So I'm excited to go to NYC. We're not doing a Europe trip this year. So we're gonna do New York City with and just kind of do the wedding and spend a couple extra days in NYC. So looking forward to that. Maybe knock off Yankee Stadium. So went suit shopping yesterday, and usually, so my jam is Men's Warehouse because I don't need a fancy suit. I don't need a suit that I'm gonna wear a lot. I go to Men's Warehouse. And hell, I even buy my jeans at Men's Warehouse. We go to Men's Warehouse and we walk in, and this is the same issue I had when I went and bought jeans a couple months ago at Men's Warehouse. There's like nobody working. So we go back, and there's like this dude at a counter in the back, and ask the guy, and he's like, so it's prom. So we're like, can you help us? And he's like, well, it's prom season, so we're really busy. It's like, that doesn't help me. How can you help me? I don't care about these kids. I don't care about these kids and their prom. How can you help me today or tomorrow or soon? So he goes, it's prom season. We're really busy. We've got appointments every 15 minutes. And we don't have any appointments today. Okay. Well, can we come in tomorrow? No, we have appointments we're booked tomorrow. He's like, You can go to menswarehouse.com to schedule an appointment. Well, can we just do that with you? Well, yeah, I can do it. Oh, okay. That would be helpful. So he goes, so I've got appointments next Sunday. I'm like, that doesn't work. Madison Pokemon show. That doesn't work. He's like, I can do Saturday night, but 6 to 8 p.m. Saturday night. What? No, Madison card show. I'm not coming to try on getting fitted for suits after a long day at the card show and then getting ready for the next show. That's not going to work. Do you have anything during the week? No. This doesn't make sense, and I wasn't gonna push it, but it's like it's prom season and you're booked with all of these appointments, and you don't have any appointments during the week? That makes no sense to me. Kids are in school. If you're booked for prom season, why don't you have a Tuesday afternoon appointment open? So it's like, okay, we'll go. And I could tell he was getting annoyed. It's prom season, I guess. He's getting annoyed. I could tell he was getting annoyed because the two appointments that he said we could have, no, can't do that. We're out of town next. I'm out of town next. Not out of town, but unavailable next weekend. He's like, well, you can just go and find an appointment on menswarehouse.com. Okay, thank you, asshole. We're taking our business elsewhere, which is what we did. So my wife's like, do you want to go to Von Mar? And I'm like, so I'm in the zone. So I hate shopping. I hate clothes shopping. I hate shopping unless it's at a card show. I don't even like vehicle. Like, I don't even want to shop for a vehicle. Like, I don't like, can I just get the same thing that I had last time? Takes me from point A to point B. Hate shopping. So my wife suggests Von Mar. Now, hate shopping, but I'm in the zone. Don't take me out of the zone because I'm not going to want to get back into that zone. So I'm in the zone. Like, I'm committed to shopping and getting this taken care of so I don't have to take care of it next week. So I'm in the zone. Like, I'm committed. Let's go to Von Mar. Okay, we'll go to Von Mar. So we go to Von Mar, and my wife's like, I don't think I've ever been to Von Mar. I don't know where the men's section. I'm like, it's a retail store. We can find, like, you walk in, it's a mall anchor store. You walk in and it's probably right there. It's either to the left or to the right or straight back. And you can see it when you walk in. And sure enough, you walk in the front door, there it is to the left. Let's go. So we go over to the men's side. Of course, he's busy too. And he's like, we don't have much in stock because it's prom season. But does some help. And the first suit we try on, or jacket that I try on, it's like, oh, it's like the perfect fit. And he goes, okay, so the pants that come with those are 41. Like, 41? Do I look like a 41 waist? That's not going to work. It's like, well, we can only hem them like 2 inches in or whatever. I'm like, well, that takes us down to 39. And like, I don't even think any size belt is going to work with that. He's like, I'm like, can we mix and match? He's like, well, off the rack. I'm like, okay, it's a fancy black tie formal wedding, but ask my wife. She's like, whatever. I'm like, I don't care. All right. So get a jacket. Just needs to be tailored a little bit at the sleeves. Pants, perfect fit. 30, 34, because I think they run a little high, because normally I'm like a 32. I'm like right on that 32. I might be 33 because my diet's taken a hit this winter, but I think I was down to like a 32 a few months back, but I was right on that like cusp, depending on the manufacturer of the jeans or the pants. I was either a 32 or a 33. So 34 on the dress pants, perfect fit. Got some shoes, got a tie, all that. Dan says 32, my ass. I mean, do you want me? I'm wearing pajama pants right now. I can go get my pair of jeans and show you. So 32 is my waist size. So let's see. Ask for lean. There is no, this is like a black tie formal at like the fanciest country club in Boca Raton. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any leniency on what I wear. The other wedding, maybe not this one. So everything's good to go, and I'm all set. And my wife's like, she wanted to go, and I'm like, again, I'm in the zone. Like she's like, I need to go get some new like pajama pants from whatever pajama pant company there is. Apparently they have them all. And she's like, I know you don't like shopping. She's like, I can do this. I'm like, no, I'm in the zone. Like I'm good. Like if you want to go, like I'm not gonna go shop, but I'll wait. Like I'm in the zone. I'm committed to the shopping thing today. So here we are. So taken care of, and ready to go. So I hate shopping. I hate trying on shit, but we got through it. We made it through. Here we are. So did that, got that done yesterday. I did some listing yesterday, both for eBay Live stuff and for some Buy It Now. I listed a Jordan lot at Buy It Now. I listed a Sports Illustrated for Kids lot. I listed some small player lots. I think Mahomes and Brady, and maybe Giannis and Steph Curry possibly. I'm gambling. So tonight is the 80s at 8. The direct link to tonight's live stream is in the description to this video. And if you go to ebay.com/eBay live, you can see it there. Also, I have Tuesday night stream set up. Tuesday's going to be basketball. So if there's anybody looking for basketball, Tuesday night basketball. So I was getting that stuff ready. So with Tuesday night's basketball stream, I am doing something that is a risk. You know how risky lots are at auction. We're going to do live auction on a couple player lots. I think there's a 25 card Steph Curry lot and a 25 card Giannis lot that will be going up for live auction on Tuesday's stream, basketball. So tonight is the 80s at 8, and Brian, with the genius suggestion yesterday morning, we are doing the unsold lot, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. ebay.com/eBay live. Let's present that screen. And all right. So here's eBay live. So surprisingly, I'm really surprised that there's this many. Now this is like everything. There's probably not any sports card auctions going on right now, but I'm surprised there's this many on a Sunday morning. But here's what I think I'm more surprised. Here's the sports card auctions. There's one. ComC has a live stream at 11. Krut Cards at 3:20. I'm at 7. Breaks and Takes at 10. There's no primetime Sunday night eBay live auctions tonight. I'm shocked by that. Shocked, I tell you. So here's the 80s at 8. Click on that. Okay, we're still on. So you can see what's featured in tonight's stream. So we got 86 Fleers going to kick things off. We got some Spud Webb, Larry Bird, Barkley, Jordan, The Fridge, Singletary, Peyton, LT, Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly rookie, Bradshaw, Jim McMahon rookie, Randall Cunningham rookie. We got Joe Theismann, Marcus Allen rookie. We go into baseball. Brett, we got the Billy Ripken black box. Mattingly, Ripken, Biggio, 88 score. We got a Clemente. It's not a reprint, but it's like a what if 55 Bowman card. We got an 84 Topps Strawberry rookie. We got some 85 Fleer. Eric Davis Fleer rookie, Doc Gooden rookie, Bo Jackson Sport Flicks, Lee Smith rookies. So some good stuff. The San Diego Chicken. So this is all up for grabs tonight. The 80s at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central tonight on eBay Live. So I'm going to go to the end here. And we got a Gretzky, the only hockey, Gretzky 81-82 tops. Unsold cards from tonight's live stream. So here it is. Unsold cards from tonight's live stream as shown on screen. So any cards that go unsold will be lotted up, and the last auction of the night will be the unsold cards. It's 99-cent starting bid. It is $5 shipping on lots on my eBay Live. So that's tonight. And then Tuesday night, I don't have the cards yet. I'll be getting those uploaded today. I've got them scanned in. I just need to, I think there's one batch that I still need to edit in Card Dealer Pro and get those uploaded to eBay. So Tuesday night eBay Live is going to be basketball. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central. Also Tuesday night for basketball. Tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for the 80s at 8. And then I don't know. We'll see how tonight's stream and Tuesday night stream go. I may test a daytime stream on Wednesday or Thursday. I'll see. But I don't want to do another evening event as we approach the double bill card show weekend. So I want Thursday and Friday to kind of be my focus on gearing up for the Madison card shows. So, but for now, Tuesday or tonight and Tuesday night, and then maybe we'll test a daytime stream on Wednesday or Thursday just to see how things go. So stay tuned for that. 99centcards.com is my eBay store. Link to tonight's eBay Live 80s at 8 stream is in the description to this video. Did some listing yesterday, did some shipping. And hey, WrestleMania was last night. I watched some WrestleMania. It was okay. Nothing like crazy in my opinion. I didn't watch the last match. I think it was the three-way. Was it Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, maybe? Didn't watch that match, but watched quite a few of the other matches. I was really surprised Gunther and Jey Uso was the first match of the night. By the way, so the Topps buybacks, both matches were last night. So the winners were Jey Uso and Tiffany Stratton. So my Charlotte Flair Chrome base card is now going to go in the quarter box because it is not going to be a $20 buyback. So Tiffany Stratton and Jey Uso were the winners. So if you have 2025 Topps Chrome WWE Tiffany Stratton and Jey Uso cards, those are now worth, the base cards, $20, and then the refractors worth a little bit more for the buyback program. Oh boy, that's a big yawn. I got some good sleep. I slept. Ernie slept through the night, so we're good to go. He pooped at about 8, so we're good to go. Collects has risen. Good morning, Uncle Rich. Merle's in the house. Happy Easter. Red Light 34 is here. Good morning. Good morning, Jody. Zach says, serious question. Is Magic the Gathering TCG, and could someone sell that? Yes, it is. So TCG is trading card games. So that is Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Yu-Gi-Oh! Those are all TCG fall into the TCG category. So trading card games. There was it's a good question because they were talking about wrestling on yesterday's hobby hotline. And so somebody in the chat said, would wrestling cards be considered TCG since it's not a sport? So wrestling, professional wrestling, not a sport, but it is sports entertainment. I would consider wrestling cards. It's kind of I don't have one way or another. Like if you don't want to consider wrestling cards sports cards, I'm okay with that. But it's definitely not TCG because it's not a game. It's a card. It's from a sports entertainment. So if you don't want to consider it sports card, it would fall into the non-sports category. Typically, basically anything other sports besides basketball, baseball, football, hockey, and soccer, I put into the non-sports boxes in my bargain boxes. And mainly the reason I do that is because it's not like I have a full 4-row box of wrestling cards or tennis cards or golf cards. It's usually, or UFC cards. It's kind of like a pile of them. So they just kind of all get, and it's like, okay, and here's the non-sports too. So technically it's like an other, in my bargain boxes, it's like an other sports box. Sometimes I have like a traditional non-sports box, like where it's like music cards and acting cards and movie cards, etc. But a lot of times I just throw them all together into one box, call it the non-sports box, even though there's soccer, sometimes soccer, golf, tennis, wrestling, etc. But no, wrestling cards would not be a TCG because it's not a game. Dan says, who went with you to pick out the suit? Wah, ha, 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 ha. My wife went with me to pick out the suit. I mean, she's like, I just tell me what to wear. That's how I roll. Found treasures. Good morning. Where in New York City? I don't know. I didn't even know until yesterday when my wife told me, because it's a childhood friend of hers, and she's like, and the reason it started, and I knew that she was getting married at some point, but I didn't know it was like, we saw her mom at an event a couple months ago when they were still looking at venues. So we didn't know, and her mom didn't know if she wanted to have it in New York or have it back in Madison or a destination wedding. It was still like up in the air. So I didn't know. And yesterday we were driving over to Men's Warehouse, and I was just going to rent something. Rent a formal suit, and because I'm not going to use it again. You know, I mean, I will hopefully use a nice suit again, but probably not to the point where I need to buy one, because then I'm going to have to get it refitted or whatever, tailored, whatever, the next time. So if I'm only going to wear it once, it probably would be better just to rent something. But if I'm going to wear it twice in the same summer, I might as well just buy something. I think that's probably in Mark. I think you mentioned Mark here. That's probably something that, you know, obviously I'm not buying from his store, but he would probably have guidance. Well, if you're going to wear it once, rent. If you're going to wear it twice within 3 or 4 months, it's probably, I think that's probably that difference where, okay, well, if you're going to wear it once in a span of 3 to 4 months, you might as well just buy one. And if something else pops up in the next year or so, hey, you've got a suit. I have a suit. I have like a navy blue suit, and I can probably fit back into it since I lost them, because I'm sure I bought it before I gained, you know, the COVID weight or whatever. Because I probably haven't worn a suit since pre-COVID. I don't know the last time I wore a suit. Oh, wait. We had some weddings. We had like a rash of weddings, like right before COVID. Like around the time of probably like 2016 to 2018, 19, we just had multiple weddings every year. And now we're past that age where all of our friends are married, popping out kids, all that. But I don't know. So we were driving, and my wife's like, we should probably just buy a suit, because you should probably just buy a suit because we've got Sarah's wedding. And I'm like, oh yeah. And my wife's like, it's probably going to be in New York. And I'm like, oh, sweet. We're not going to Europe this year. Let's go to spend a week in New York City. I've never been. Rich says, working in those types of stores is what Mark Marinello does. You need to consult with him. Let's see. Zach says, I picture Rich Klein going to Men's Warehouse more frequently during certain times of the year just to browse. Sir, I run not one but 2 trading card shows in this area. Please check that schedule again, right? It's the Madison card show. I don't have time next weekend. Come on, man. Orlando, what's going on? Good morning. Happy Easter. Guess Bo's waist size, 32 my ass. I'm a 30. I'll go get my pants right now. Don't make me. Uncle Rich says, if you are flying to the wedding, ask for some leniency and just see if you can wear a jacket, tie, and nice slacks to the wedding. Can't do that. Why would an adult need to do this? Found Treasure says, fancy black tie wedding equals I got prior obligation. Here's a card and $200. Can't do that. I could pull that off because I have like 37 first cousins. My wife has 2 first cousins. So little tighter knit. I can get away with that in my family because it's like, oh, we just like, oh, yeah. Nobody's counting cousins at my events. I think I have 29. I think I have 29 first cousins. Well, that number's at one point I had 29. A few have died. Oh wait, have any of my first cousins died? Yes. Trying to think. See, I have so many cousins, I don't even know who's still living, who's passed away. At least one has died. So 29 first cousins, and I'm trying to count how many that were, like, half of them. I didn't even invite half of my first cousins to my wedding. You get so many. I'm trying to think of how many actually came to the wedding. Some were invited that didn't come. 1, 2, 3. I think maybe only 4. Most of my mom's side cousins, but there's fewer, smaller. My dad's side, it's like 1. I think only 1 from my dad's side, and that's where there's like 24. So there you go. Donald Davis, good morning. What's happening? Uncle Rich says, because formal clothes to buy rent are far more expensive than just jackets, slacks. The Falsey is here. Good morning. I came here for cards, and all I'm getting is fashion. Gross, right? Tell me about it. At least you'll only get it once every 5 years. Zach says, I understand how that works. Why would an adult ask a bride and groom if they could spend less on their outfit before attending a wedding? If one felt that strong about it, just show up how you want. Gundy's in the house. Good morning. Rich to Zach, because a friend of mine did a formal wedding way back in the day at the Plaza Hotel in New York, and it was black tie. And some of our mutual friends who were coming in from way out of town asked in advance if they could not do black tie, and they were granted permission. Happy Easter, Max. Happy Easter. Zach says, Rich, I'm sorry I wasn't aware of the example that prompted your unsolicited advice to Bo solving something that wasn't a problem. My bad. And to be honest, I did rent a tux to go to that wedding, and that would have saved me some money if I could have done it the other way. There you go. There you go. Cooter's in the house. How many will be able to buy cards during the workday? You would be surprised at how many degenerates are buying cards during the workday. Because I was one of them back when I had an office job. I watch streams. Like, I would say most of the eBay live streams that I watch actually take place during the day. And there's a lot of people buying cards during the workday. We can probably go back to, let's go to this is my stream. We can go into I wonder if there's a way to see the number, if the number pops up. I haven't gone into past events. So let's see all past events. I don't want to look at CompC because CompC is a big account, and I don't want to do breaks. I want to do singles. Like PCB, I think is one that I watch. It doesn't have times on here, so all right. This is taking me longer than I was hoping. Because there's a lot of breaks. Stoner Sports. I bet he's celebrating today, and it's not Easter, but where are we at? Saturday night. Oh, because this is like all categories. Okay, this is taking too long. All right. But there's a lot of people that buy cards during the day. Cody, what's up? Good morning. Met Max yesterday in Franklin. Show was good. Lots of parking tickets in the parking lot. Parking tickets? Like people got in trouble for parking? That's not good. That's not good at all. Rich says, Bo overtired from the clothes shopping. Yeah, I don't have to. I think he meant retired. Bo retired. Yeah, I don't have to. Like. I think my wife joked about that yesterday because the guy at Von Mar was like, "What's your shirt size?" And I'm like, I don't know. I like extra large in a hoodie. Zach says, I know what TCG stood for, but you called it Pokemon Show. Could Disney's new product be sold? Those seem popular. Yeah, I think the Disney Lorcan, I think that's a game. I think the Disney product is a game. So I think that's TCG. I mean, it's a pretty gray area, but it's not sports. So you're not going to find, there's not going to be baseball, basketball, football. At least there's not supposed to be. So it is the Madison Pokemon Show because that's out of the regular Madison card show. Say there's 50 tables, 40 tables, 40, 50 tables out of the 140, 150. I would say, and Max probably has a better idea about this, although he doesn't get to leave his table throughout the day, but I would say there's 50 tables of TCG at the regular show. I would say 48 of those 50 are Pokemon. So that's why we call it the Madison Pokemon Show, because it's generally Pokemon. There's probably, a couple tables that have Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Or anything else, but I would say 95% is Pokemon. Cooter says, are 51 tops and the 68 baseball insert set TCG or sports cards? Well, if it's sports, I would consider it sports cards. But, I mean, you could make a case that, well, it's a game, like the 90 Classic. It's a game. It's a trading card. You could put it in that category. Absolutely. But I would put those in the sports cards category myself. Dan sold lots of Menko cards the last 2 days and will buy some stocks tomorrow night. There you go. Buy the dip. Merle says, I'm on my way to Brainerd to see my mom for Easter. Fun to listen to the show while mobile. Yeah, it's fun to be in the car, listen to something different, even though it's me talking about suit shopping. It's better than the radio most times. Or maybe not. Chris says, when you go somewhere with your wife, who drives? I bet it's her. It's absolutely her. And here's the main reason. Here's the main reason my wife drives. Because my car is always filled with baseball cards. And I need to get my car I need like a detail. Although it's like a work vehicle. It's like a farm truck. My SUV is like a farm truck. Like, yeah, there's freaking water bottles and pop cans, and not too many pop cans, mostly water bottles, and maybe a couple fast food wrappers from a card show trip, and just junk everywhere, baseball cards in the back, and it's a work truck. So that's my and I just it's not even a question in our house of who's driving. It's just my wife. My wife's driving. I will drive, like if it's in the morning. If like when my wife goes to flies to Florida, like I will, and she has to get up super early, like I'll drive her car, just because she's super tired. But if it's during the day or in the evening, my wife drives. But if it's like or if it's like a trip to like if we go to Chicago or somewhere else, usually I drive like the back roads, and my wife drives the city. She's the city driver. Although I've driven in the city and I have no issues with it. I prefer, like, I'll drive to the Belvedere Oasis and you drive into the city, which I'm okay with. But if we split the trip, I'd prefer driving the back roads. Max says, I thought I'd miss wearing a suit every day. Nope. And it's kind of like you say that tongue in cheek. I assume you're saying that to, maybe you're not, but I've always been like, I'm working, and this is like just a weird quirk mindset that I have. And probably most people don't have this, but when I worked in the office, I was against like casual wear in the office, unless it's casual Friday, but still be professional. And like we had like, when we changed, our office changed managers, And it was like he was the former manager was definitely old school. And it was like, I mean, it wasn't shirt and tie, but it was like khakis and button down or dress pants and button up. Casual Friday, it had to be nice jeans and a collared shirt, even on casual Friday. And I was more along that thinking than I was with, just wear whatever the hell you want. Even though our office, like, we rarely had clients come into the office. And when we did, obviously, it's like, hey, this person from the beer distributor, beer manufacturer is coming in. Obviously, wear appropriate dress clothes. And I thought, like, and so my plan of attack when I first went, actually, when we went work from home, like, I wasn't going to waver from that. And I would wear khakis and a button down working from home, because I wanted to have, it was a mindset for me. If I wear pajama pants or sweatpants and a hoodie, I feel lazy, and I feel like I'm not doing enough work. And it's probably just a whole mindset thing. Now, during weekends, like, I'm wearing pajama pants right now. Shout out Cooter. He loves the pajama pants. I'm wearing pajama pants, and I'll probably do some work wearing pajama, but I'll put jeans on later. During the week, I get up my normal time. Sometimes it's a little late, and take a shower, get dressed. Now, I'll wear hoodies some days, but I still, sometimes if I have to go for a meeting somewhere, like I did Friday, wear a button down. But I thought the same thing, where it's like I'm probably gonna miss wearing a button down and khakis, and nope. I don't know if I've wore a pair of khakis since I left the office. And unless maybe going out to dinner somewhere, like to a fancy restaurant, but that doesn't happen very often either. So about as many times as I wear a suit. So, but I'll wear shorts in the summer, or even in the spring. It's still, I know Max is wearing shorts almost year round, but I'll wait till it gets a little warmer. Zach says, the most dressed up Bo I've seen is a fancy cuffed shirt when selling basketball cards to a Major League Baseball player. Good memory. It's been a few years. Merle says, is Prism Monopoly considered TCG? Again, that goes kind of with Cooter's comment. I would consider that sports cards, but it is a game. You could categorize it as TCG, but I would put that in the sports card category. Chris says, I wonder what Curly Bill wore to his weddings. Oh, Curly Bill, Chris must be a longtime listener. Curly Bill, old Curly Bill. Curly Bill, I'd have to go back and look, because he had multiple wives, but I don't know if it was, I don't think Curly Bill was renting out the Opera House down in Kentucky for his weddings. In fact, I bet a lot of his wives weren't legally his wives. They're probably just, well, we've been together long enough. Old Curly Bill, he had how many kids? He had like 36 kids, multiple wives, but who knows how many of them were actually legal wives. Curly Bill Thompson. Let's see. There's like a, oh, I've never seen old photos of LaRue County, Kentucky. There was something that came up, Curly Bill. Oh, come on. Huh. Curly Bill. All right, moving on. Max says that would be accurate. MTG players are loyal to the stores they play at. I buy tons, but don't really want to put any in my showcase. Merle says, I wasn't invited to my dad's wedding last fall. I wasn't invited to my dad's wedding last fall. They did a quick court ceremony and told me about it later. Well, there you go. Yeah, if it's a quick court thing, yeah, you don't need that. You don't need an audience. Zach says, got it. Like most people using Men's Warehouse for formal wear, but sometimes they will have a sucker who buys jeans there. It is similar to the ratio of Pokemon and other TCG products. Cody says, yes, parking tickets. LOL, many people not reading signs. Show is about 45% Pokemon. I kind of expected that. I kind of expected it to be pretty heavy with Pokemon. And because somebody asked me, they're like, do you know anything about the show? And I'm like, I don't. I know Tony runs it. He runs a good show in Oak Creek. I know he's creating it because he's got a long waiting list. I have a similar long waiting list, and it's mostly Pokemon, which is why there's the Madison Pokemon show next weekend. So I assume it's going to be about half Pokemon, which is okay if you like Pokemon. But if you're going for sports cards, you're probably going to see about the same amount of sports cards you would at some of the other large shows in the area. So people not reading signs, not surprised by that. Max says, Cody, was good meeting you as well. Plenty of parking tickets. Show is probably 60 to 70% Pokemon. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. Zach says, that is really unfortunate on the parking tickets. Christian, good morning. No matter what you celebrate today, celebrate the like button. Hey, I like that. I like that. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Max says, no, actually serious about that. The Friday casual shit didn't fly in my office. But no fucking bow ties, regular ties only. I don't know if I've ever worn a bow tie. I'm sure I have at some point because I had to wear suits a lot when I worked at the university, just for events, the games that I went to. I was suiting up for the broadcasts, but I don't know if I ever, which is a little surprise. I thought I would have worn a bow tie at one point, but I don't think I ever wore a bow tie. Always regular ties. Zach says, you guys needed someone like Rich to negotiate leniency for other clothing options on casual Fridays. It proved successful for the Plaza wedding in 84. It was a modern-day Spartacus event. Zach has jokes. Funny man, Zach, our resident comedian. I don't think I have ever put on jeans to wear around the house, LOL. I wear jeans like every day. Even in the summer, I'll wear jeans if I know I'm going to be inside most of the day. And it's not like 100 degrees. Ratios are ratios, but 400 tables is going to have plenty for everyone attending. That's true. Like, I mean, even if it's 60%, what's 60% of 400 or 40% of 400? 100? No, that's wrong. That would be 25%. So, I mean, even 400 tables, if it's 60%, you're looking at what? I'm terrible at math. That's why we have, my teacher, you're not always going to have a calculator. Oh yeah. What up? I got a calculator right here. I should do this math in my head. Actually, I can do this math. This is how I do math for tips. I know how to do 15 and 20%. So I should be able to do 40%. So what's 10% of 400? 40. What's 10 times, what's 40? 40 times 4, 160. So 160 would be how many sports tables? If it was 60%, 160, math did, there you go. He did it a little differently. But yeah, so my process would be, okay, 400, what's 10% of 400? 40. We need 40%, 4 times 10, or 4 times 40, 160. So there you go. See, I didn't need a calculator. See, Mrs. Hepner, but I did have the calculator just in case to double check my work. Max says, long lead-in drive to the event area, similar to a nicer country club. I think people were parking there. Could have been avoided with a phone call to the city to get a pass on tickets for the event. Yeah, you probably could do that. There you go. Max did the math. There you go. So coming up tonight, it's the 80s at 8. 80s at 8 tonight. 1980s singles. It was popular in our Thursday night stream on eBay Live. We're doing the 80s at 8. I've got some 86 Fleer basketball. We've got an old Wayne Gretzky, like a third-year Wayne Gretzky card. I've got Darryl Strawberry, 84 Topps rookie. Bunch of football rookies, Doug Flutie, Randall Cunningham, Marcus Allen, The Fridge, William Perry. Basketball, I talked about baseball. We've got some great baseball stuff. So tonight, Scott Nelson, he doesn't think I have a third. All right. All right, you assholes. Scott, Dan, here's the jeans that I wore yesterday. 32 waist, 30 length. And if you don't believe me, watch this. Now. And they're even take the belt off. Look at that. Look at that. That's 2 ways. It's just up here. Yeah. Got to cinch that belt a little bit. So there you go. There you go. My friend Scott Nelson. Did you know? See that little thumbnail of Scott Nelson? Is that Dave Kingman sliding in? That is Scott Nelson, the Bat Boy in that photo. Scott Nelson. What year was that? 77? 79? Maybe I should. I think I need a little more cardio. I'm winded from jogging. I think I'm winded from jogging. Max says, I'll save my comments on the show for in person, though. Zach says, oh, okay. Gotcha. We can talk Saturday. Zach says, I believe Bo's 32-inch waist comment. More than likely, he has 0 ass, so the waist checks out. Yeah, you probably saw it. You need to put them on. I can show you any article of clothing that doesn't prove they fit. Give us a show. Where can I buy a tag like that? What not breaker behavior there? PG-13. And that's how Bo transitioned from eBay to whatnot. That is a first for the show. I've never changed clothing on the show. 1977. That's 1977 Scott Nelson in that photo. Scott can probably buy a tag like that off Temu. Wouldn't that be something if you actually bought tags to like, oh, see? That's above and beyond like trying to be something different. It is hobby evolution. Yeah. That's the evolution of changing pants. Changing pants. From pajama pants to blue jeans. Here we go. All right. So tonight, 80s at 8. 80s at 8 tonight. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Some great stuff. Some great singles from the 1980s. Football, basketball, baseball. One hockey card, Wayne Gretzky. And then at the end, we'll do like Brian mentioned on the chat yesterday morning, we'll do the unsold lot. In fact, it doesn't really fit with tomorrow's theme or Tuesday's theme, but I still have, I think there were 29 cards that went unsold on Thursday. So they're still sitting on eBay Live, and I don't know how to get those out of the ether of eBay Live and onto the ebay.com platform back over. So I may just put those together in a lot for a future show. Maybe if I test a daytime show next week, maybe we'll do that. And then Tuesday night, we're doing basketball. It's Tuesday night hoops on eBay Live, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're doing basketball singles. I've got some Michael Jordans. I've got about a dozen Jordans. I've got some color. I've got some 90s inserts. I've got a Magic Johnson. I'm taking a risk. It's like a $50 buy it now card. I'm taking a risk on that. I've got a Dennis Rodman 90s insert that's a decent card. I've got some CJ McCollum and Amen Thompson rookies. I think there's Tyrese Maxey, some Shaqs. There's a Cameron Brink. Some older basketball, Calvin Murphy and Moses Malone, Robert Parrish, early cards. So that's on Tuesday night on eBay Live. And the link is up if you go to ebay.com/eBay Live. I don't have the cards yet, but today I'll have that so you can peruse. And by the way, if you go to ebay.com/eBay Live, you can go to upcoming events and say like, oh, I want to see what ComC is doing tomorrow. I want to see what PCB is doing. I want to see what Bo 1 Million Cubs is doing. You can go down, see their events, and if you click on it, if they've uploaded the cards that they're going to auction off, you can go through. So you can go through right now and see what exactly I'm auctioning off. I think there's 115 cards tonight for tonight's live stream. And you can go in and you can look and it's like, oh, cool. I want that 85 Fleer Eric Davis. I think you can set a reminder. I think you can heart and follow that. So you'll get a notification. So you can check all that out and you can do that on the eBay Live platform. Pretty cool stuff. I love it. I love it. Only one stream in. I already love it. Let's see. Where we at? Max says, I'm sure there are people that do that. Nothing surprises me. That's true. Probably like sewing in like a Gucci or whatever. Like, ooh, I'm wearing Gucci. No, this is Costco. This is Kirkland brand, baby. That's how I roll. Zach says you could probably ask for leniency on which tag you have. Like, I know this is a 3630, but can you switch out tags? Can you give me a 3230 so I feel better about myself so I can show off on Hobby Evolution? Max says had a guy offer 210 on like 350 worth of ultra liquid sealed product yesterday. Oh my God, I hate that. Oh, and I actually see that. And I saw that at a show a couple months ago, and it was a Pokemon sealed product at a table that does both. And this guy walked up, and I don't know I think they were going for like $50, and they were gonna sell like. Say they had 10 boxes on the table. They were going to sell, this is early in the show. They were going to sell all 10 boxes at $50. And the guy goes, I'll do one of those boxes for 30. And they're like, I think the dealer was like, he was kind of like, I don't like, that doesn't make sense. Like 50. He's like, no, these are 50. He's like, yeah, I'll give you 30. And I'm just like, I'm digging through like a bargain box. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, even I don't know Pokemon, but I know that stuff is like super liquid. Like, what are you doing? Come on. It's like 10 a.m. and you're trying to get trying to get a $50 product for $30. That's probably, you can go flip it for 60 or 75 or more. I don't know. And they're like, no, like we can do 45. And he's like, how about 35? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on. And he's like, I'll walk. I'm like, okay. Like, we'll do 45. He's like, I'll walk. And he walked without the product. Max says, I looked at him and was wondering if there was anything behind his eyes. Chris says, on Seinfeld, Jerry would write over the waist size of his jeans with a black marker. I think also 32. Merle says, are those the same pants? They are. They are. Do you want me to take them off and show you? I don't think you want that. Barry says, can you explain shipping costs on eBay Live for single and multiple card purchases? Are you asking my shipping costs or just in general? Because it's going to vary by seller. I can tell you what my shipping costs are. So my shipping costs on my stream, this is not for eBay. This is just my own shipping. Each seller dictates the shipping. My shipping is 99 cents for the first card, 25 cents for each additional card, capped at $7. Lots are $5 shipping, and also capped at $7. So if you buy 10 single cards and a lot, your shipping is going to be $7. So that's how it works. You'll pay no more than $7 for shipping, no matter how many lots you buy, no matter how many cards you buy. But that's going to vary. It's not an eBay Live thing. It's going to vary by seller. So ComC charges something different. PCB charges something different. Kruk Cards charges something different. Greenie charges something different. I don't know anybody else, but it's all up to the seller. Max says, I asked him if he was serious. But Max, yo, bro, I got to have room on these boxes, right? Did I get the inflection correct? Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Max says, Rich, anyone that uses bro with me automatically doesn't get a discount, right? I'm kind of the same way. Especially if it's like an insulting offer in the first place. Like, okay, I'm not going to work with you, bro. Those guys know not to bother me anymore. It saves me time being up front. Michael Renicke's in the house. Good morning. Rich says, Max, I'm beginning to like you more and more. Barry says, I meant for purchase from eBay Live. Yeah, that's my eBay Live pricing. Max says, I'm just maybe a little less tactful and more blunt than you. Balance each other out. I'd like to think we would get along more than any other pair in the chat, to be honest. Chris says, if we told Keating you took off and put on pants on this show, he wouldn't believe us. I think he would. I think he would. Max says, also, anybody that says I got to have room, my response is, I'm not here to make you money. That's one of the most annoying things that it's like, but I gotta have room to make money. Well, that's what I'm here. I am not your money tree. Like, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to make money, not to make you money. I'm here to make me money. And hopefully we can, my prices and my prices, usually there's a little bit of room. I'm doing quarter boxes, so there's some room. There's some room. But I got to make money. No, you don't. Or do what I'm doing. I'm not here to make you money. I'm here to make me money. What else is going on? So check out my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Didn't go to any card shows. I went to suit stores. I'd rather have been at a card show yesterday. Next weekend, Madison Card Show is Saturday. This coming Saturday, April 26th, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolan Drive again. When you walk in the first floor, go left to the State Street Ballroom and then go right to the Badger Stateroom. The Williamson Ballroom will not be open for cards. It's a different event this month. So on the first floor, it'll be the State Street Ballroom and the Badger Stateroom. And then upstairs, no change. It's the regular layout, the mezzanine, and the Capitol Square Ballroom. Sunday, we're back to the regular layout. The Williamson Ballroom back in play. So it'll be the Williamson Ballroom on Sunday for the Madison Pokemon Show, upstairs, mezzanine, and the Capitol Square Ballroom. So that's the layout for Sunday. And then hopefully this week I'll have some news on future Madison card shows, some exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for that. Let's go into the chat. Max says, little do they know, I sell to their competitors all the time. Ladies in the house, what's up? First time I managed to catch you live, watching you from Evansville, Indiana, originally from London. Welcome in. London to Evansville, Indiana. That's got to be a culture shock from London to Evansville. I've been to Evansville. I've been to the Ford Center. Hockey arena. I wasn't there for hockey. I was there for basketball. Evansville, Indiana. Welcome in. Rich says, I bought a bunch of 40-cent cards from a dealer I knew at a garage sale on Friday. We were talking, my wife, we were driving home and my wife's like, we've got the Blackhawk yard sales coming up. We should have a garage sale, which I never thought I would hear that come out of my wife's mouth. And she's like, I've got some stuff in the basement that we could put out. And I'm like, well, I've got the tables. I've got plenty of tables we can set up in the garage. Garage does need a good cleaning. But we have friends coming in who have 2 children and are staying with us for a week. So I don't know. And this is coming up in about 3 weeks, the first week of May. We have friends coming in, so they'll be here in the basement. So I'll be working down here, but I don't know. We'll have to see. So yeah. So 2 kids. But I guess like during the week, the mom is taking the kids out and has the whole week planned out, like during the day. Dad is working from home. I'll obviously be working from home. So yeah. So that'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It's going to be great to see them. They moved out to Arizona, I think 2 years ago now. They were good friends of ours that lived here, and he's originally from Tucson. That's where they moved back to Tucson. And so it'll be good to have them be back in town. Be interesting with 2 kids running around. I have to put my card. I've got to worry about Ernie and 2 kids with my baseball cards. Max says, go upstairs first at the Madison Card Show. Rich says, Evansville, Indiana, home of Don Mattingly and Gil Hodges. Those 2 kids will be the new kids on the block. Grown. There's a dad joke to wrap up today's show. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com, and hopefully I will see you tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for the 80s at 8. We've got over 100 cards, about 115 auctions tonight on eBay Live. So check it out, eBay Live. The direct live stream link is in the chat or in the description to this video. You can click on that or copy and paste it, and you can see what exactly will be up for auction tonight. In fact, I think it goes in order. Yes, it does. It goes in order on the screen. So 86 Fleer basketball is going to be first up for bid. And then obviously the very last auction will be any unsold items. So we're just going to put all of the unsold items in a pile. Hopefully there aren't any, but just in case, we'll put everything in a pile, and maybe it's only a 5-card lot, 99 cents. There you go. So we're going to do that tonight, 80s at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, eBay Live, link in the description. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. See you tonight. If not, back in the morning for Hobby Evolution Monday morning. See you then.